Okay, everyone. So today we will be to continue from where we stopped. We are going to create our first design on Figma, and it's going to be a welcome page, which we will talk about icons. We'll talk about the header, which is your time, and the battery bar, which is we're going to learn how to bring in icons into our design, and also where to put buttons too. Okay, so we're gonna learn and we're gonna do more practical about what we've been talking ever since. Now, basically, this is gonna be your first design on Figma. So I have actually uploaded the files onto resources on the UI UX design resource folder on Google Drive. So when you go there, you can actually you can actually download all the resources. Please don't delete them. I am so sorry about that. So you have to download all of them as we're going to be using them for the tutorials. Okay, so first of all, when you have downloaded them, um, you're gonna have all these things um, on your laptop. So you just have to click on it, press Control A, and then you drag it into Figma. Okay, so now when you drag it into Figma, you wait for it to load completely. Just wait for all the files to add it to your Figma board. Okay, so to zoom in on Figma, if you are using your mouse, you just need to use your scroll, the middle button here, which is the scroll, to go in and then also out. That's how to zoom in and out on Figma. Or you can press Ctrl plus and Ctrl minus. Ctrl plus is to zoom in, Ctrl minus is to zoom out. Okay, so that's how you do it on Figma. So while we wait, yeah, all the images have been loaded in successfully. Okay, cool. So what about the images here? And when you have it here, I know you ask the question on how to reduce them because the size are quite large. So what you do is that you press K on your keyboard and then you go to the edge because of how you're putting it, and then you now drag it in like this. Let's do that again. So you have everything here that you dragged from your Windows Explorer, and then when you put it here, you just have to click on the edge after pressing K, and then you just reduce the size. Okay, and then you zoom into your, if it's not zooming in when you're doing the scroll this thing on your mouse, what you have to do is that you press Control and then you use it like that. You scroll in, scroll in, scroll in, or you use your trackpad. You can use your trackpad. You use your two fingers, like use your fingers, and then you move it in and out, like in and out. That's how you do it on Figma. Okay, so you drag the file, you put it here close to your frame which you created in the first video. So the next one we're going to work on the screens, which are, yeah. So now for you to do that, you can actually drag the frame around. You can click on the text here, you can move around with it. Okay, so this is how you move around items. Then to duplicate a frame, all you have to do, there are different ways of doing that. You can actually press Ctrl C, Ctrl V to copy and paste it. As you can see, we have two frames here. Or you can actually click on the frame and then you hold Alt, press and hold Alt, and then you click and drag. You left click, okay, not right click, and drag, and that's how to duplicate it. Okay, so now let's design the first page, which we're going to try on today. Let's do that. Okay, so the first stage we're going to do is that we're going to bring in what we want for the screen here. So what we want is that we're going to be using this image, which is the bag image with the different fruits inside. So drag it into the frame. And as you can see, when we drag it into the frame, it is inside the frame. You can see that, right? Now, why is this like this? It is because, click on this, you see this thing called clip content. It means that every content you put in this frame will be on that frame. It's clipped into the frame. But if you put it off, this is what will happen. You can see the frame outside and inside. But for purpose of making sure that things are actually clipped into that frame, make sure you actually turn it on. So you just go there, click it on. It is very necessary so you don't have ambiguous work everywhere. Okay, so drag this. So we drag this into the frame right here by the center. So you can use your position to fix everything. You can click here to put the center, click here to put it center too. And what you do now is that we go into look into the frame. So you just zoom into the frame by pressing Ctrl, and you use your scroll button or you use your trackpad. Like I said, use your two fingers and then you zoom it in, zoom it out. That's how you do it here. Okay, so now we have you can see that the image is a PNG image, and the PNG image has space all around it. Now I want to fix it because we want the this places here to be closer to the image itself. Now how do we do that? Now we can actually do this. You see, it's going inside, which we don't want. We just want to remove the extra spaces. Now for you to do that, you press Ctrl and then you click, drag it in. Okay, so make sure that you're holding Ctrl when you're doing this. Okay, make sure it is close to, yeah, drag it in. Good. Okay, this is it. Wonderful. Good. So this is close enough, I think. Okay, so we're getting there. That's good. Wonderful. So first of all, we're going to do a design in a white screen. Okay, so what we want to do now, we want to increase the size of the image. Now what we do is I will press K, and when you press K, you see the scale option here. So when you press K, this is what happens. You see your cursor changes. So when you press V, V goes back to select, then K goes to scale. And these are the options that you can see here. You can see K, you can see hand tool, you can see move. Okay, so when you press K, this is scale, and then you drag it from the edge, increase it, and that is good. That is good. Okay, so now we have our first image there. Now I want to deal with the time, and I want to deal with the icons here, and this is where it gets exciting. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, so what we want to do now is that we want to put our date, our time here, and what we do now is that we click on the T here, and then we go to this edge, we click. When we click, we type the time. Now I'm gonna do the normal time when I'm doing UI UX. So I'm gonna press 09, then and then 28. Okay, so we have this, and I'm gonna be using the font Inter because that's the most popular font we use most of the times. But let's try a different font. Let's try Nunito Sans. Okay, Nunito Sans is actually in Figma, so Nunito Sans or Inter, any of them is good for this job. Okay, so we're going to be using 12, or 14. Okay, so we're going to use 14, and then we're going to use bold. Yeah, we're going to use bold. Okay, now we want to put the icons. We have the time here already. This is good. Now there is something I'll teach you guys about making a frame. Right, we have this at the center. This should have been the first thing we should do, but then let me just teach it now. So we want to create a layer grid. Okay, we need it so that it will be more arranged with our work. We will be aligned when working. So we click on the frame. Okay, we click on the frame. You there? Good. So when we click on the frame, you can see everything on your right here. Everything is all showing you everything. You have your layout, you have your appearance, you have your fill, you have your stroke, you have your effect. The next thing you do is that you go to your layout grid and you click on plus. When you click on plus, you can see that everything here, you have a grid set up for you. This is not the grid that we're going to use though. So let me show you how to fix it. When you have clicked the plus on the layout grid, you click here. And when you click here, you can see the settings right here. And what you do is that you click on this place. It will show you rows and columns. Okay, so columns gives you this interface here. This is what we want to use, column. Then we have row is from top to bottom, but we need it from left to right. That's what we need. Okay, so we have the count as 5, we have stretch, we have 20. Now for the margin, we need a margin from left and right, and we're going to say the margin should be maybe 100, and see how 100 looks like. You see, this is how 100 looks like. So let's make the margin 20. This is how 20 looks like. Okay, so let's see if the gutter is 20. Let's make this 40. Okay, so we have 40, and maybe let's make it a bit closer, so we'll make it 30. Okay, let's make it 30. So we'll make it 5. We'll make this stretch, so leave it in stretch. Okay, leave it in stretch. You make it auto, should be the width should be auto, margin should be 30, gutter should be 20, and the gutter is the space in between this. You can see this spaces that are 20. Okay, so we'll come here and then we'll click on the text, we drag it to your left, and you make sure that it rests on that layout grid that we have created. So this is how you create a grid. Okay, make sure you create a grid first anytime you want to do something. I'm sorry I didn't start with the grid, but I wanted to teach icons and mix of icons and colors, so you can do the grid first before you do the rest. Okay, they're still applicable. Okay, so next thing I want to do is that we'll bring in the icons. Okay, and what we do is that you right click. Now we right click, not left click, now right click, and then you go to plugins. Now plugins, you have different plugins, but I want you to search for Iconify. Okay, now if you don't see the plugins on that place, you can actually click here. Okay, you can click here. Right, this is where you can actually click here, and then you type for Iconify right there. You press, and then you click on it, or you press enter, and then you wait for Iconify to pop up. Good. Now on mobile phones, we have we have 3 most popular icons on your mobile phone. You have the we have the internet icon, we have the battery icon, and then we have the Wi-Fi icon, and that's what we're going to actually add here. Okay, so now I want you to do something. When you click on the text, okay, I want you to look at the size. You can see that the width is 39, the height is 19. So what we're adding here should be approximately this kind of height too, and we know that the height is 19. So what do we do now? We look for the icon right here, and then we type battery. Okay, so when we type battery, we're going to look for a battery icon that we can use for a mobile phone. and this is where your creativity comes in. You look for a battery icon that you feel like it represents what you want to create. Okay, so you look for a battery icon, you look for a battery icon, and this is where sometimes people waste time. For example, me, I'm guilty of that like a lot of times, because I do not know the the exact icon I would love to use at some point. So I do that a lot. So I will just maybe choose any of these ones. So I'll choose let's go to the top. Okay, so I'll choose okay, I'll choose this one. Okay, and then I'll change the color. Okay, so I don't want this color, so I'll click on this place, and then I'll make it black. Yeah, black. Now there is something I want to show you. Don't use a direct black when you're designing. Okay, like you should avoid using 00000, which is the hex code for black. It's better you use things like 2A, 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 or 1E, 1E, 1E. So these are your hex code. You can choose 2A, 2A, 2A. Yeah, about that. And then you import. But first of all, before you import, make sure you click on this place and adjust the height to 19. Okay, because you want it to actually rhyme with the text you have here. Okay, so you import. You see, it's right here. So you have to do now is click it, drag it up. Good. Wonderful. You can see how the heights are being adjusted. You can see they're aligned with each other. You can see, that's why I said that height, make sure you take your height and know that. So you come here, click on the text now. Let's click on the text, and then you change the color of the text to 2A, 2A, 2A. Press enter. Then click on the battery. Change the color of the battery to 2A, 2A, 2A. Enter. Okay, so now the next thing we want to bring in is we need the network icon. Network. Good. If you have any questions, remember you can always ask. Just reach out to me. Okay, so we look for a valid network icon. We can see the Wi-Fi icon already. Okay, so we can actually choose any of these. Let's say we want okay, so we choose this one. Click on this one, make sure it is 19, 2A, 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 and then what you do is that what we do now is that we already have this icon. What we do now is that I want to do something very fun. Now watch me do this. You click on this icon we have here already, and then you click on this place layout, this place here, and you can see the shortcut auto layout, shift A. So you click on shift A, or you click on this. When you click on it, you formed a layout. Okay, a layout, and then you want the layout to be going horizontal, not vertical. This is vertical, this is horizontal. So when you have it on vertical, what you do is that you come here, this is what you do now. You come here, right, click on this, that this is the frame of the battery and this is the group. Okay, so this is what you're doing now. When you come here, you've clicked on the auto layout and you can see that it is horizontal. Now what you do now is that you click on your internet, which is the icon for the internet, and then you click on import as frame. Okay, when you click on import and frame, you see it's come up again here. Okay, now we're gonna refresh that. Let's just refresh that. So let's do that again. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, so the first thing is that you click on your battery icon, and then you bring this in, import as frame. Then what you do is that you drag it upward, okay? And then you click on two of them, which is you click on the battery and you click on the um, network, two of them. Then you press control, no, sorry, you press shift A, okay? Shift A, that's what you press, shift A. Okay, so when you press shift A, you can see two of them now, they are aligned together, okay? Now the next thing, you need your your what, your Wi-Fi icon. So we look for a Wi-Fi icon here. So Wi-Fi, okay, so we have lots of it, so look for one of them. Let's choose this one, and then you import. Good, so we have everything aligned here, okay? So what you do now is that you just fix the sizes to make it align. You can click here, yeah, you can click here, move left and right, and then you can actually press K, scale, and then you adjust it, okay? Drag it here, you can see, so you can actually move it around, just, and you can actually control it by, you can click here on this place, click here, and then move it how you want it to be. But yeah, you should make sure that it's on the right side, okay? So we want to adjust the remaining things. So we have the top fixed already, so make sure that everything is fixed. The battery, good, and then the text. Now what you do now is that you click on this frame which you've created, and you click on the text frame. And how do you select both of them? You hold shift, so you click on this one, right, and then you hold shift, you click on this one, and then what you do now is that you make the position very accurate. Yeah, you make it accurate on a straight, so everything now is now on the one line. So you click here to make it align vertically, vertical centers, okay? That's how you do it. Then the next one now you want to do is that I want to bring in the text. We're almost done with the page. Well done for going this far. And I said, if you have any questions or maybe we have an error, just let me know and I will answer. I will reply and give you a feedback. Okay. So the next step we want to do now is that we want to put in the text and make it look lively as a screen. Okay. So the next thing now is that we'll click on the text here and then click here, right, and then we type find your daily grocery products. Okay, so we have this, and then what we do now is that when we finish typing, we press escape. Okay, sorry I typed that wrong. So when we finish typing, we press escape. Okay, that's it, and then you increase the size of the text. You want it to be very big, so let's just say about let's just say 36. Okay, let's say 36. Okay, and then we'll click here, we'll make it extra bold. Okay, so we drag it to the center right here and we make it align horizontal centers. Now we want to do something, we want to break the text. Okay, so now this is something I want you guys to do. Anytime that you're breaking a text, right, there are different ways of doing it. Either you can, as you are clicked on the text, now you can actually make it center like this, and when you make it center, when you double click on the text, right, you can actually break it from here like this. So you can actually go to this place, backspace, press enter, you've broken the text, right? Then the other way to do it is that you leave it, not, you don't want to click on the text, double click on it, just click on it once and then you press alt, you press alt and then you click drag from the end. You can see, you see, That is what we know as responsive. So it's responsive. So sometimes it is better for you to do it this way than to break the text. Okay? So I prefer you do it this way. Do not break the text when you're typing. So you just do it like this. Yeah. And then you have this. Yeah. Remember, you're holding Alt when you're doing that, so it moves from both sides. Okay? So when you do it like that, like I said, when you're doing it, you hold Alt, go to the edge, and then you do it like this. Like I said, don't go to the top edge, don't go to the side edge. Like, not don't go to the top side edge, go to the edge, like the left and the right edge. So that's what you do. So you can do it from the left or you can do it from the right, not this edges here. Okay, not up down, just left, right. Okay, so you have this done, and then you can play with the space in between the text. Either you can bring it like this, you can change it from auto, just click on it, and then you can say 40. Yeah, you can say 40. Yeah, and it's looking nice, you can see everything. Okay, so the next thing we'll be bringing in the other text. Now this is what I mean by text structure. You know, in the first one here, we had text as number 14. We have here 36. Now the next one we want to bring in now, let's make it since it's a normal text, let's make it between 20. Okay, so we'll click on text, click here, and then we type we. So when typing, we'll edit it afterwards. So you just type, we have the best products. All listed in one app. Shop with us today. Okay, so now we can't see anything, right? We can't see anything, and I know that. So I'm gonna do my best to actually type this into a text, so you can just copy and paste it, so it'll be easy for you. Okay, so we have this text right here. Now I want to reduce it. Let's make it let's make it 16. Yeah, 16, and then we're gonna make this back to medium is okay, and then want to bring it up right here. Okay, so next thing is I'll make it aligned like this with the center, and then remember what I said, from the two edges, like left and right, you press Alt and you do it like this. Okay, and then you reduce the space in between the text. Okay, so where's that, 30 or 20? Let's say 20. Okay, this is 20. Okay, wonderful, 20. So let's try 24. So you double click on this and then 24. Okay, so we have them right here. Wonderful. Okay, so now the next thing we'll be bringing in the button. Okay, so now let me teach you how to create a button. Okay, so you click on the text again, you paste, which is you just click on the text you want to do, and then you type get started. Okay, get started. You press escape, and then what you do now is I increase it. So we know that the big text was 36, the next one was 20 what, so you can check it again, because these are things that are actually important. Next one is 16, so we have 36, 16, then the button, let's try 24. Okay, 24. Okay, so we have button has 24. You put it here, but then it's kind of too big, so let's just say button should be 20. Let's try 20. Yeah, 20 is good. Okay, so we align it again, come to the position, click here, and then the next thing you do is that you press Shift A, which is the auto layout we did that time. So you do the Shift A. Now remember about our rule of design, when we said that buttons should fill the screen, not the one that will be small. Okay, so that's what we're going to apply here right now. We're going to make the two edges be at this 2 points here, 1 and 2. Okay, so now how do we do that? Now you can see that when you did the auto layout, you can see this is 10 and this is 10, and this is the width. You can see when you hover over it, you see the effect that is happening here, right? You can see here. So if you actually do it like this, it will increase. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, so right now I want to do it from 2 edge. So what you do is that you horizontal padding, yeah, you increase it. Let's make the horizontal padding, let's say horizontal padding should be about let's click on the horizontal padding. Okay, let's make horizontal padding about let's say 100. Okay, and then vertical padding should be let's just say 40. That's too big. Okay, let's make it 20. Okay, that's a bit. So we position, we put it at the center. It's still not reaching the 2 edges, so we increase it. Let's just say the horizontal padding should be 140. No, too much. Let's say 135. Too much, so we'll say 130. Okay, that's wonderful. 130 is fine. 130 is fine. Very, very wonderful. Okay, so the next one is we want to deal with the appearance. Okay, so the appearance here we have fill, and we want to actually put a fill. So we just click on the plus, and then we add a fill. So let's use a green. So you can see the color code on the screen, so you just need to follow. Use a color code on yours too, so you put it on kind of like a green here. Good. So we're gonna use 74FF79. Okay, and then we come to the appearance here. We're gonna add this curve to the edges. So curve to the edges, you can say let's just say 30. Okay, this is what 30 brings. Now you can actually modify it. You can click on this place here, and you can make each of the different curves different. You can make one 0, you can make one just, yeah, you can see the effect it has. So this is where you can actually edit that effect. Okay, so now because we have made this into an auto layout, okay, we want to exchange the color of the text. There are 2 ways you can do it. You can actually go to the selection colors and edit it, or you can actually press Ctrl and then you click on the text and then you edit only the text. Okay, it depends on what you have inside the auto layout. So on the auto layout you have your selection colors. You click here, which is the black, and then you increase it, change it to white. Okay, and then we have to edit the green. I don't think the green is okay, so we make it a bit yeah, this is it. So we're going to use 31A535. Okay, so we have this. Wonderful. So you have created your first screen, and then let's edit it. Okay, so like I said, want to duplicate this the frame. How do we do it? Okay, so now let's bring this button down a bit. Okay, so right here. Okay, cool. So want to duplicate the screen. How do we do it? Remember, and I press Ctrl C, Ctrl V, or you press and hold Alt, and then you click. Okay, so we have this right here. You can see. Now I want to remove the layout grid. So you have the white, and then you have the one with the layout grid. So I want to remove this one, and then what we have to do now is that I want to fill this you can see it's white right now. So I will show you another one again. Just duplicate this again. So we have one with the layout grid, we have one white, and then we have one. What we have to do now is that we will go to fill, and then you edit the fill. What we'll do is that we select this eye picker, color picker tool, and then you select the green. When you selected the green, now I want you to do something for me. You're going to reduce the opacity of the green. Okay, you're going to reduce the opacity of the green. Okay, if it doesn't work, what you do is that you press Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, because there's a fill that I want it to be. Now you can see why didn't it work. Now this is a good mistake you've just seen. You can see that when you actually go to that fill, you make sure that you're actually selecting the right color, because if you choose any other color and you're reducing the opacity, it will be blank, because that is the only fill you have there. You can actually add many other fills when you're doing design. Yeah, you can add many other fills. You can add image fill, you can add gradient fill, and different. Okay, so right now I want to add we're going to add one with gradient fill. Okay, now we're going to add one with just a normal fill. So let's do the one with the normal fill. So we'll come here and then we select a light green color. Yeah, that's it. So light green color, that's good. So we duplicate this one now, same thing. Okay, so duplicate this one now. Okay, so sorry, my system can be hanging a bit of times. Okay, so we come here, we have this. What you have to do now is that you duplicate this. Okay, okay, so we have this. Wonderful. So now on this fourth one, we're going to use the gradient. So you click here on fill, and then you can see we have fill, we have gradient fill, we have photo fill, we have video fill. So come here to gradient. You can see the gradient already set, so you can actually click here and you click here. Okay, then you select the color you want. You see different colors, how you want it to be. So you can choose a gradient fill like that. Okay, so that's your first screen which you've designed. Congratulations, you've done well. Okay, so you can actually adjust the screens to match your taste. Maybe you want this one to be down, maybe you want it up. There are different ways to do it. Okay, so let's try moving everything down. Now let me show you something. You have multiple screens, and then you have images that are similar. So what you do is that you click on this image, right? And when you press shift, you can see that there is something that pops up here. You see this thing that pops up here? Select matching layers. You can see this is something that is important when you want to edit many things that is the same on different frames. So what I do is that I select one, right? Select two. So when you're selecting, then you press shift. Okay, press shift, select two, select three. Okay, then the next one, you go to your select matching layers, and then what it does is that it selects everything. You see, selected everything that has the same name, or the same, this is the same file. Then you drag down. You can use your arrow key up and down. Okay, just drag it down, and then you have this. Wonderful. Now why did I do that? Now let me teach you something. Okay, so right now we have white space, white space, white space, white space, and then we have the visual hierarchy. We have the image, we have the text, and we have the write-up, and then we have a button. Okay, so that's it. Those are the different stages of design. You have the color, you have. And why do we use the green color? Because green symbolizes something about grocery. That's why we use the green. Okay. uh, Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this first screen. We've done the first screen, so the next one will be what we can add to the other screen, and then we go into the next one, which is a website UI design. Okay, thank you so much for sticking to the end. If you have any question, do let me know. Okay, and peace out.